This is a story that should not be told. Hidden in the darkest corners of government secrecy, Project Aquarius is a name whispered in shadows. Officially, it doesn't exist. Its purpose? To collect knowledge from encounters with alien life. The story begins in a top-secret facility where science and the supernatural blur. The government denies everything, but the evidence points to a reality stranger than fiction. Prepare yourself. The truth behind Project Aquarius is about to be revealed. Deep in the Nevada desert, beside Area 51, lies S-4, a facility that doesn't exist on any map. It's whispered among UFO researchers as the epicenter of Project Aquarius. Here, alien hardware and bodies were kept, and living extraterrestrials studied. Dr. Dan Burisch claims he walked these forbidden halls, working with a being called J-Rod from Zeta Reticuli. In a sterile chamber, human and alien met, two worlds, one secret, hanging in the balance. In the shadowy aftermath of World War II, Project Aquarius was born from paranoia and ambition. President Eisenhower, facing threats not of this earth, created a secret committee, Majestic 12, to manage the alien problem. Their mission? Recover, conceal, and study evidence of extraterrestrial visitation, crashed vehicles, unknown technology, and biological remains. By 1960, the project evolved into Project Aquarius, the central repository for all alien-related information, hidden from the public, fueling the Cold War race for power. Project Blue Book's closure in 1969 was a smokescreen. While the public was told there was nothing to see, secret investigations like Project Aquarius moved deeper into the shadows. Hidden black budgets grew, and scientists worked in secret labs to understand the visitors. Diverse, mysterious beings, not just one alien race. Encounters ranged from fleeting to profound, with only a few willing to communicate. In 1964, a tense meeting in the New Mexico desert proved intelligent contact was possible. The quest for alien knowledge blurred all moral lines, leading to secrets that could never be revealed. Dan Burisch was a prodigy in microbiology, drawn into a world of secrets and shadows. As the youngest member of the Los Angeles Microscopical Society, his brilliance was undeniable. But the government had other plans. His unique skills put him on a secret list. By 1994, he was granted Q clearance and assigned to Project Aquarius at S-4, Papoose Lake. There he learned the truth. The US was working with beings from other worlds, and his expertise would change everything. J-Rod is from the grey alien race, which are from Zeta for the most part. The original leaders are 7 foot tall, and the little ones are their clones. The smaller one's height is between 3.5 and 4.5 feet. You have 4-finger greys and 5-finger greys. Their head, by human standards, is large in comparison with the body. Facial features show a pair of eyes described as large, sunken or deeply set, far apart or distended more than the human, and slightly slanted as oriental or mongoloid. No earlobes or apertures on the side of the head were seen. The nose is vague. 1 or 2 holes have been mentioned. The mouth area is described as a small slit or fissure. In some cases, there is no mouth at all. It appears not to function as a means for communication or for food. The neck area is described as being thin, in some instances not being visible at all because of the tightly knit garment. Most observers describe these humanoids as being hairless. Some of the bodies recovered have a slight hair patch atop the head. Others have what appears to be like a silver skull cap. There were no breathing attachments or communications devices. This suggests telepathy with higher intelligence. In one instance, there was an opening in the right frontal lobe area, revealing a crystalline network. This network implies the development of a third brain. The arms are described as long and thin, reaching down to the knee section. The hangers each contain 4 fingers with no thumbs. 3 fingers are longer than the other. Some are very long. Others are very short. Some pathologists web hands, showing that some of these beings were adapted to life in the water. There was a webbing effect between the fingers on most of the specimens. According to most observers, the skin is grey. Some claim it is beige, tan or pinkish grey. No reproductive organs or capabilities were discovered. No phallus, no womb. Confirms cloning mentioned by other sources. The humanoids appear to be from a mold, sharing identical racial and biological characteristics. There is no blood as we know it, but there is a fluid which is greyish in colour. J-Rod's arrival on Earth was a catastrophe, not a diplomatic event. His scientific vessel from Zeta Reticuli, seeking genetic salvation, was crippled by a magnetic storm and crashed in the desert. The impact killed his crew, left J-Rod injured, and brought swift, secretive military recovery. The wreckage and J-Rod, now a specimen, not a scientist, were taken to S-4, vanishing into government secrecy. Thus began J-Rod's captivity as EBE-52AZ2, the lone survivor of the 1953 Kingman crash. Inside S-4, J-Rod's true condition emerged. He was dying, not just from injuries, but from a genetic plague radiation sickness embedded in his DNA.
This is not your world's sickness. It haunts my people's genes.
Human doctors were helpless, their science primitive against alien biology. The government promised a cure, but it was a ruse. They wanted his secrets, not his recovery.
They say they'll help, but I feel their fear. Their words are not truth.
J-Rod's DNA was harvested, not to save him, but to exploit him. He was a resource, not a patient.
I sensed their lies. Their promises were empty. I was a tool, not a guest. My survival depended on giving just enough, never everything. I shared fragments of knowledge, always holding back the core secrets. I played the cooperative specimen, buying time, hoping for rescue. In their eyes, I was compliant. In truth, I was a strategist, protecting my people's future. I waited, watched, and survived.
My sessions with J-Rod became lessons in reality itself.
I showed you, reality is woven from zero-point energy, a quantum foam alive with possibility. This energy shapes space-time. Our ships manipulate it, bending space and time.
The implications were staggering. Time could be sped up, slowed, even reversed.
But the ZPE field is universal. A mistake could unravel causality, creating paradoxes or worse. Our technology is powerful but dangerous. The fabric of reality is fragile. My people are not just aliens. We're a possible future branch of humanity, thrown back in time by our own misuse of space-time technology. Our illness is a temporal disease, our DNA decaying from paradox. We came to Earth seeking ancient human DNA to anchor ourselves. Some of us want peace, others would take what they need by force. The abductions, the cattle mutilations, their desperate attempts to survive. I am caught between two worlds, hoping for understanding.
The fate of both species hangs in the balance. In their final sessions, J-Rod revealed zero-point energy as a universal memory bank, the true Akashic records.
Every event, every thought is encoded in the quantum field. The past is stored, the future is probable.
I saw history replayed, Earth's birth, humanity's rise, directly in my mind.
With enough advancement, one could read or even rewrite the past.
My people tried to overwrite their own catastrophe. The universe resisted, causing a timeline collapse. This is the true danger of looking glass technology. I share this as a warning, not a gift.
J-Rod hoped this knowledge would prevent humanity from repeating his people's fatal mistake. The knowledge imparted by J-Rod was a double-edged sword of terrifying sharpness. For the scientists and military strategists of Majestic 12, it represented the ultimate prize, a power beyond their wildest dreams. The ability to manipulate the zero-point energy field was not just a means of interstellar travel, it was a key to, well, omnipotence.
The potential here is staggering. We could locally alter the flow of time, accelerate it, even reverse it. Imagine the possibilities for technological and military development.
A soldier could be aged in a time bubble, becoming a seasoned veteran in mere moments. Wounded personnel could have their local time reversed, undoing catastrophic injuries. The possibilities are, honestly, limitless.
But with every tantalizing possibility came a shadow of catastrophic consequence. J-Rod had been clear. The quantum foam was a delicate, interconnected structure. Treating it like a resource to be plundered was, frankly, an act of supreme folly.
The very act of creating a stable wormhole, which the S-4 scientists are practically drooling over, requires generating exotic matter with negative energy density. J-Rod confirmed it's possible by manipulating the ZPE field, but warned it's like holding a leash on a black hole.
The smallest miscalculation, the tiniest fluctuation in the containment field, this isn't just a simple explosion, it could be a reality-shattering event, a tear in space-time that might erase the entire solar system.
The pursuit of this power created a deep and dangerous rift within Project Aquarius. On one side were the cautious like Dan Burisch, who understood the profound gravity of J-Rod's warnings. They saw the path ahead as one leading to self-annihilation, a repeat of the very mistakes that had doomed the Greys.
We believe we can succeed where J-Rod's people failed. With our ingenuity and caution, we won't meet the same fate. But on the other side, you had the Hawks, the military leaders and ruthless physicists. They argued the risk was worth the reward. The nation that controlled time and reality would be unassailable, the masters of human destiny.
This ideological battle was fought in windowless boardrooms deep beneath S-4. The Hawks saw the looking glass technology not as a warning, but as a blueprint. They dreamed of weaponizing time itself, of temporal bombs that could age an enemy army to dust in an instant, or erase a rival nation's history from the timeline altogether. To them, J-Rod was not a cautionary tale, but a failed god whose abandoned throne they were eager to claim. The Pandora's box of physics had been opened, and the most dangerous elements within the project were clamoring to see what lay at the bottom. J-Rod's revelations brought ethical dilemmas far more unsettling than any physical danger. The ability to see and alter the future created a moral singularity, inescapable and corrupting. Majestic 12, with the looking glass, could foresee disasters and manipulate outcomes, turning democracy into a sham and freedom into an illusion. But the deepest crisis was J-Rod himself, a prisoner exploited for his DNA, his suffering ignored in a pursuit that threatened humanity's very soul. The relationship between J-Rod and his captors was a theatre of deception. Project Aquarius promised hope, but showed him only fabricated progress and lies. They wanted his technology, his secrets, his very DNA, dangling a future for his people just out of reach.
I walked a tightrope over death, giving them just enough to survive, but never the whole truth.
Dr. Burisch, caught in this web, became J-Rod's only hope, receiving the truth and perhaps the seeds of rebellion. The story of Dr. Dan Burisch and J-Rod fades into shadow, leaving secrets and unsettling questions. The technology and treaties remain locked away, the pursuit of cosmic power undiminished. Knowledge J-Rod imparted now rests with those willing to sacrifice morality for advantage. To the public, we are still alone. But for a few, the universe is now a vast populated arena, full of ancient civilizations and dangers we cannot comprehend. We stand at a crossroads of belief. The story of Project Aquarius, of S-4, a dying alien and a brave scientist, remains either a suppressed truth or a compelling fiction. The evidence of a cover-up on UFOs is undeniable, with governments denying and ridiculing what millions have witnessed. The secrecy of places like Area 51 tells us the official story is incomplete. The question remains, are we alone or part of a cosmic drama we barely understand?